Jolly good. Let's turn our attention to Sandown. And one race there that we're looking at is the 240. It's the Randox Health Scurry Stakes. A load of 3-year-old fillies legging it down that 5-furlong track. Pretty open betting heat, Rob.
Yeah, it sure is, right. So we're 11-4. It's just changed. We're 7-2 Copper Knight. It's now 4-1 Fashion Queen. 9-2 Ardad. It's 11-2 Equimau. 6 is Bata. And we're 10's Bar.
I think this is the race last year. Did Easton win this last year, Kills?
Would
have done me a massive favour. Easton Angel.
Might have done.
Yeah. Who's going to win this year, Kills?
I think this is far more open than the betting suggests, actually, and I might have a sneaky little bet on one of the outsiders called Coropic. Now, at the start of this season, Coropic was entered in a 6-furlong race at Newbury on soft ground, which he had no chance of winning, but all the bookmakers made him 2-1 favourite earlier in the week. To start of the week, he went off 8s and he came nowhere, and then he got stepped up to 7 furlongs at Epsom, which he was guaranteed not to stay, in my view. I think he's a fast ground sprinter, and they're going to go very hard here, and it wouldn't surprise me if he bounced back. He was, she, isn't it? Wasn't beaten a million miles in the Cheveley Park last year at 66-1. We turn to that sort of form. No, the Middle Park, it is a he. Why am I going mad?
Sorry, I'll put you away there.
No, he wasn't beating a million miles in the Middle Park, and if he returns to that sort of form, I think the conditions are right for it. It's a bit of a stab, but I don't, I thought Fashion Queen, that's one of the favourites. That might have been a bit of an upset, a weird race that it won last time, and suddenly it's a lot shorter. It was a big price when it won, wasn't it?
Okie doke. So Kills' pick is Coropic. David Jennings, who's your pick?
Sure, I fancy another Hamdan horse here. Batash, I thought was the one. I just have to get this straight. A high draw sprint Sandown, isn't it?
No,
low.
Low. Okay. Well, that is no help to me. So because
I just worry that he's very headstrong as well. He's another one that might blast out.
Yeah. What they're going to have to do with him here is that obviously I was thinking if he was drawn on the rail that they tuck in and get a bit of cover, but he'll obviously have to swoop across and might get caught on the outside. But I do think he's one of these sprinters this season that could blossom as a 3-year-old. It was third in the Cornwallis to Miss Danvers on its last start last year. I thought that was a decent run, especially in the context of this race. As you said, Ardad was very disappointing on its return. Bit worried about the draw now for Batash, but not a really strong view in the race, but that would slightly be the one for me.
That Copper Knight is really progressive. Obviously, it won very well at York last time, but it was trained by Hugo Palmer last year, and he ran sideways when he ran at Sandown. I've no idea why he did that, but it's just one run at Sandown and he just went straight across the track.
Oh, blimey. DJ, in case you watched the video of this later on, I did yawn very loudly during your bit. It wasn't because what you were saying was boring. I'm just quite tired, that's also.
I'm well used to that, Bruce. Don't worry.
No, honestly, it was fascinating.
Join the club.
Well, yeah, you've got a good excuse, haven't you? Been out doing Ascot previews all week, haven't you? And drinking heavily. Mm-hmm. Rob, who'd you like in the scurry?
Yeah, luckily it is a low draw that you want at Sandown, because I fancy Ardad in stall 1. I know DJ said he disappointed the last day. There obviously is the worry that he hasn't trained on because he was bad the last day. But if you go back to last year's form, like winning the Flying Childers, he was sent off a 10-1 chance for the Prix de l'Abbé. I think he's worth a second chance. I think Sandown will suit. I think he's got a good shot.
They're trained by John Gosden. Here's a quick question for you each. Where do you stand on Matt Chapman not being allowed to do the Derby presentation because he called him Johnny G in the Oaks one? Keels?
Well, I personally think it just shows how stuffy racing is, isn't it?
Fair enough.
And they could, like Matt said, if they wanted him to do it differently, they only had to ask, didn't they?
Yeah, DJ?
Well, I think when you book Matt Chapman for something like that, that's what you're going to get. So I've no real strong opinion on it now, but I thought it was a bit harsh on him.
Okay, Rob, where do you stand on the Johnny G debate?
Yeah, I think it should have been handled better. As Paul said, they probably just maybe taken him aside and said, listen, Matt, this is how we want it done, and do that tomorrow, but they didn't.
Okie dokes. Anything else that anyone likes on Saturday that isn't your nap, but you think that viewers and listeners should know about? Kills, we'll start with you.
350 Sandown. Sir Roderick, it just goes really, really well at Sandown. Back in a bit of form last time, and I think it'll go close.
Okay, David, how many have you got?
I just have one. I've kind of 1.5, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I'm going to
go away. Sorry, away you go, not go away.
Time for another couple of yawns. In the 4:15 at Downpatrick, I think What's the Plot is still quite well handicapped for Arthur Moore. Dunamyler takes off £3. It's gone up £7 for winning at Ballinrobe, but it was very keen that day. It didn't jump particularly well and still won by 3 lengths. And Ballinrobe and Downpatrick would be reasonably similar, tight, horrible right-handed track. So I think What's the Plot is very interesting in that 4:15 at Downpatrick. But my half a one is because if people are listening on Saturday, this horse will have ran. But can I give one tonight at a huge price that I actually think will win?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, in the 6:40 at Fairyhouse, number 6, Anna May Wong, trained by Andy Oliver, ridden by Conor King. It's 16-1 at the moment. My guess is that it will go off at about 6-1. Back over 6, drawn in stall 3, was rated 80 last year, down to 64. Real eye-catching runner. Its return at Fairyhouse, just got tired inside the final furlong. It's a desperate race, and she's a pretty good filly off 64.
Give us the name and the race again, DJ.
So 6:40 Fairyhouse, Friday night. Anna May Wong, 16-1.
Okay, Rob, anything you'd like to flag up that isn't your nap?
Yeah, there's one at York in the 4:40, the maiden. Richard Fahey has won 2 of the last 4, and he introduces a horse called Knowing Glance. I'd say it's going to be well backed, and I'd say it'll win.
Okay, let's get the naps.
This will not be beaten.
Rob Catterson, you're going first.
Right, and this lad must be a certainty. 3:40 at Downpatrick, handicap hurdle. First run for William Mullins. It's the only ride that Ruby has on the card. Ben Button, formerly trained by Philip Rothwell. I think Ruby going to Downpatrick on a Saturday for 1 ride. This lad will be 3-1 possibly tonight. I'd say get on. He'll go off ridiculously short. He must be a good thing if Ruby's gone up there for 1 ride.
Superb. That's how we like our tips delivered, Rob. Well played. Good luck with that one. DJ, who do you like?
XTR 3:30 York.
Okay, and Keels?
Yeah, 205 Musselburgh, Zach Brown.
Zach Brown. Okay, we will look at Sunday in just a mo.